Here's a quick showcase of what we will be working on in today's video. So we have a full functioning swiping system where we can choose to which side we are putting the card and what action is being called, and also we are randomly spawning a new card anytime we use a card. Also we have a changing dialogue action, so the dialogue is here like die peasant, and the actions are like what we are doing. So we are calling him a liar because we are his king, or we are admitting that we are indeed a peasant, but that's like one example. Yet another one is more trivial. Hello, it's hi, I don't know you, I need money, here take the kingdom's treasure. Oh, there was a mistake. Doesn't matter. So let's jump into the true part of the tutorial. So let's make this game. Hello guys, it's Ian and welcome to the well-awaited Reigns game making tutorial. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we'll create a brand new Unity project, obviously. We'll wait for it to load, but in the meantime, I'd like to make a generic sprite or two for the game, for some assets to use. And since I'm into pixel art recently, I will be using cards looking like pixel art themed cards. Okay, so let's make 2 or 3 for the sake of checking the functions. Nothing fancy, but you know, it will help us do stuff. Okay, so we are in the Unity itself. Let's adjust the main camera. Let's make it full, maybe not full black, but this kind of gray. So we've got our character sheet we already created. We changed it to sprite 2D and we changed the sprite mode to multiple. Right, we hit apply, and there's one more thing. We have to change the filter mode to point, no filter, otherwise when making, so we've got a sprite, crap, okay, I've got to first do some very okay, let's import text mesh pro stuff, because we'll need it anyway. Why is that is beyond me, I think. Okay, we go to sprite editor and we'll do slice by cell count, and we see that there should be 5 cells by 5 cells. So we go 5 by 5, we go slice, and now we've got 3 sprites, which is fine for the time being. Okay, so we've got the very basic sprite, and look, if we set it to bilinear, which is bilinear, which is the default one, when we scale it up, it goes blurry, and it's kind of shit. We don't want that, so we changed it to point no filter, and that's how we preserve those pixel art type of stuff. There's also this thing with colors, which we can get rid of. Yeah, let's change it to RGB 16-bit or something else, because those, I don't even remember what was the default one. Okay, anyway, it's fine. So right now, okay, so generally that's it. Thank you for watching. No, just kidding. Okay, so let's make a generic object what we call game manager, and let's go make a game manager script which will hold most, if not all, of the game logic that we'll have in the game itself. Yep. So what we do want, first of all, we have to know so we need a sprite renderer, which will be our display card. Okay, that's one thing. We need, okay, so let's begin with implementing the swipe control. So let's go with public game object. We call it card game object. Let's make all the names of our objects and variables. Let's make them explicit and descriptive, so that the programming will be much more easier. Yeah, it will reduce the pain in the nearest future, eventual pain, possible pain rather. Okay, so card sprite renderer. So let's go to our card game object. We'll call it card anyway, and let's add a card controller script. We open it. We need a box collider 2D to know if we are pointing with our mouse. Let's make a UI, and this UI will be our debug UI kind of stuff. I don't know if we'll use it, but if we do, let's make it anyway. So we go to our car controller, and what we need is we have to we need a public box collider 2D. We call it discard. Crap. Now with start, we go with start method, and we'll assign the box collider. So it will be discard equals game object get component of the type of box collider 2D, and that's a method. That's it. And now we go on mouse over, and we go public bool is mouse over, and we go is mouse over equals to true, so the flag is set, and on mouse on mouse exit we go is mouse over equals to false. That's generally it. Yep, for the time being it will be okay, and we go public card controller main card controller. Let's go to the update method. Okay, so we are doing what we should never be doing, so we go to the old Unity project. So we've got update, it's not card logic, it's main card controller. Card was card game object. And there's this card sprite controller. Sorry, card sprite renderer. And why the fuck it's not working? Yep, obviously. Very stupid of me. You've got to change to orthographic, otherwise in perspective it's like, you know, coordinates are being calculated quite differently, so yeah, forgot about that, sorry. Let's make the card more usable. Let's make another sprite. We'll do something like this. This one will have order 1, but this one will be bigger. So we'll go 1, 5. I want it to have no sprite, but the sprite has to be there. So we'll put this one. Sorry, not that big, I guess. Why is that big? Should it be? Maybe not. So. It's bullshit, but 1/64 and 80 will do good. Okay, right now we need TD object and no, sorry, it will be a 3D object, Text Mesh Pro. Obviously it's not that big. Why is always that big? It's like ridiculously big. change the font to this bullshit looking pixel art styled thing. Let's make this orange, maybe quite bigger, a little bigger. Okay, so we've got a card. We've got to change the default position to be 1. Right, now it's default. Okay, so what we want to do, let's get rid of those colors because they are awful. Let's make this text, it's called vertex color. So what will we do, instead of changing the color, it's bigger than go. Let's make a variable called float side margin, and it will be responsible for f margin, side margin minus side margin, and also probably float f side trigger and end. It will be dialog. We go dialog vertex color, the color alpha. It's alpha, right? We'll go math minimal out of this one or 1. Is it even this one? I guess it is. So go to game manager, let's put this text mesh pro. Yeah, I know that there are errors, obviously. I want to attach this object. So it's this one. This text mesh pro and its vertex color. Right? Base color of text vertices. Is it color? Something else. I've never used this before, to be honest. Maybe it's text mesh pro now. Maybe text color? No. Alpha. Let's do it this way. That would be minus. Let's go debug world. Debug log go left, and here we'll do go right. It will tweak the values in the meantime. So let's go to this game manager. So site merging will go 0.5 and site trigger 2. This will be good. So the site merging variable is responsible for checking whether we are really doing something or just messing around. Okay, so yeah. It works a bit, but kind of crappy. You know, we'll put it here. Excusez-moi. Yep. Too much or what? Sorry, too many those? That's why I love Visual Studio. It's so profound piece of software, but it cannot handle simple copy pasting. No, it's it is not working here. We have to implement it the other way. Float alpha text. So alpha text equals to math main. We'll go with this bullshit to make it math. Absolute. So we want the absolute value. Yeah. Because it can go either X or Y. Right. Maybe it's not 1 but 255. We'll see in a moment. One more thing. Let's make the... Where is this UI stuff? There's no UI here, so UI display text equals to alpha text. So not 0, but there's text. And why is that? 130. Let's make a new color. Color, and we call it text color. And we'll change the alpha value of this color in the runtime. So go text color alpha. And dialog, fuck, color equals to text color, and we'll remove this one. And alpha text. Now we'll go text color onto alpha. Let's see how this one turns out. Yeah, it works wonders, but let's make the make it divided by 2 so that the effect will be more visible on the length of the axis, so it's more smooth this way. Okay, but still have to deal with this crap. We'll change its color to something like this. It looks kind of nice. Yep, so it's nice. Okay, so right now our UI is kind of working, but we have to deal with the choosing side. So let's go to the card controller. So let's make in general we'll need a new class. We call it card public. Sorry, a small letter. Call it card. And sorry, card. And it will have 2 functions. So public void left public void right, and when it comes to variables, 2 basic 3 things. Generally it will have the sprite, yeah, so the, let's say, person who's saying it, for the basic, obviously, for the basic skeleton of the engine. That's one thing, and the rest will be the text. So let's go to what to do. Let's go make an enum class and call it card sprite, and we've got 3, correct? and those are, oh no, fuck, not this one. I mean, it's good, so it's let's call them boy or man, woman, and a soldier or knight. So we've got men, men, sorry, it's not class, it's enum. Yep. Men, women, knight. Yes, and so the card will have a public card sprite. We've got public string left quote and public string right quote. We'll need some more variables, but that will be in the future. Let's go right now with, oh yeah, let's go with public string name, card name, because cards can have the same sprite but different action, so the action will be card name, as a matter of fact. And let's make a public int ID card ID. I don't know, maybe we'll use it, maybe not, but let's put it here for the sake of doing it. And let's go debug log, and we'll do something like this. So we'll go with card name plus swiped, it's left, yep, and we'll put it here as well. We'll go sprite right. So that's it when it comes to card and sprite. You can take a look once again. Maybe I will not collapse it. And right now we've got this we need to do those functions or not. Will we handle it here or not? No, we don't need it here. We'll stick with card, public class card here, but we'll not handle all the stuff in this class. We'll handle it in the game manager class. But here let's make a public method for changing the sprite, or for changing everything, as a matter of fact, because so we'll call it load card, and we'll pass card. And right now we need to do public sprite renderer. Sprite renderer and public text mesh. Or not. You know what? Now we'll do the same, but in game manager class. Not in the update method, obviously. Make load card. And right now what we want to do is we go card sprite renderer, sprite, and we go with, oh yeah, we need one more thing. we need, let's go to game manager and let's add another class, another component. We call it resource manager. And this boy will have a sprite array of sprites, obviously. Make it public. And you know, that's it generally. It's a nice thing, I believe, to use this kind of way to manage sprites, because like now we make 3 sprites and we'll put character 1 here, character 2 here, character 3 here, and now thanks to the fact that in our enum man equals 0, woman equals 1, it's like always like this. So we just, when we want a sprite, we just go with but we need public resource manager. We go resource manager dot sprites, and we put the card dot it was what? Card type? No, it was sprite. It's an enum, right? But enum is it can be int, as a matter of fact. Sorry. Go int. So it will work wonders, because right now we have to put sprite here, right? So we go to resource manager, to our sprites array, and we choose sprite which has the number of our cards enum. So the number of the sprite, and the number of the sprite equals to, you know, it's easy but complicated to explain, as a matter of fact, but I think you get it. You are smart enough to get it without me explaining, right? Yeah, so let's go. So we got card sprite is loaded. Now we need, what do we need? What do we need? Let's make let's do some organization first. So game object tweaking variables, and we'll go with it's like UI. We want to handle the card variables, so we go with public, or even not public. It doesn't have to be public. If something doesn't have to be public, let's make it private, for the sake of good programming, I guess. So private string left quote and private string right quote. We go with left quote equals to card left quote, right quote equals to card right quote, display. Let's make public text mesh pro text character name character name, let's go. Oh, maybe not now. Okay, so that's one thing. That's second thing. And what else? Maybe handled card. So we go card, current card. Go current card equals to this card passed in the function. So in the start method, test card, we go with load card, and test card will be passed. And we go to card controller, and you know what? We do something funny, because we need to create a new C# script, call it card. And why I'm putting it to brand new class, sorry, to replace everything, because of this thing, scriptable object. And right now I go create asset menu and save. Generally we've got no errors, obviously, because everything is fine. Let's make a folder for scripts. And right now what we want to do is make a new folder called cards, and wait for it. We go and make for our first card, which will be, I don't know. Now comes the part of us inventing, you know, the real juice of the game, so the plot, the cards, the actions. So let's call it generic action. Okay, so card ID will be 0, card name, we'll call it generic action. The sprite will be man, left quote will be you swipe, or you are swiping left. You know what? I will change to my previous keyboard in a moment, because I'm getting really pissed off. You are swiping right. Oh yeah, or maybe I will learn to use the keyboard. Maybe that's the thing. It's not the keyboard's fault, but it's mine. It will make a generic action, and let's call it night one. And let's call this one, or is this change name? Rename. Let's call it man one. Card name generic man action. Don't worry about the grammar of this card name thing. It's like only for the organizational purposes. It's not anything that will be used in the future, I guess. It's only for the test purposes. You are swiping left. You are swiping right. Night. Papa. Drzwi. Okay, let's go to our game manager, and in the wait, have to make those public, obviously. I mean, not this one. Oh yeah, on this one as well. So the other classes can use it. Go to our game manager, and where are those? Test card. And once again we go with night. Check if... No, it didn't. Yep. Sorry. No resource manager. There's only one, but no, should be fine. Yep, so we've got this, I don't know what's that. Sample text. So we've got to go with left quote, right quote. We'll have to change it in the runtime. We go text. No, it's text course dialog. Text equals to left quote. It's right quote. And right now you're swiping right. So the thing is, I missed the directions. Here is right, and this one is left. But right now we have to go and let's go with current card dot not left quote, but it's quote left. It's right, so it's right here. That's the method, right? Okay, but I'm not sure it's working as intended. Don't really know why. No debug. I don't know what's that. What's this line? See? No, there's nothing here. There's nothing. There's color. Anyway. Oh. Let's make it even more. So you have to go and swipe more to the side in order to reveal the text. Maybe not this way. So how to do it? How to do it? Let's go and do some absolute mathematical madness. So let's make a math square. So we'll make a square root, sorry, of this one. It will divide it by value. Divide value No, it's not good. Oh, there's one more thing. We have to handle text. So if you know what, we have to change. I know how to fix everything at the same time. So this one can stay, but right now we have to make some kind of an if tree, conditional tree. So let's go if card game transform position is greater than f, it was what, max? No, it was trigger value, side trigger, then something else. Else if, obviously. Oh god. Why my hands are shaking? Then we'll go with what? With 0. So what we want to achieve is, this is the x coordinate, right? I mean, yeah, it's x. Here we have 0. Here is the so we've got like this, something like this, and this one here will be the margin. Yeah, we call it margin. This one is trigger, and it's the same this way, but they are values of a negative sign to those on the left side. So it's also margin, and this one is also trigger. So we've got like so this is an area where x is greater than trigger. Yeah, so this one is an area where x is, so if else, if x is greater than trigger, so it's here. If not, then it is right on the right side of this, so it's less than the trigger value. So we check if it's greater than margin of the left side, so then it means it's in this area. And likewise we checked for this one, obviously for this one, and for this one. So this one will be just else at the very end. So here we want to, here we go execute left. Here we just actually we do nothing. We do nothing here. We do no, here we display left quote. Here there's nothing. Here there's nothing here. So we generally can merge those two areas, and he will display right quote. Crap. And there we go, right. Okay, so right now let's go and go if greater than side trigger, if margin, if minus margin, minus trigger, and we go with else if. Okay, so here we go current card.left. Here we go with current card.right. Here we go with color handling. Sorry, displaying. Okay, so we'll go like this. So here we go with current left, we go with current right. Here we change with text color. Let's get rid of those. Move the stuff. It will be the same here, but here the text color alpha will be set to 0 if it's in the middle region, so that no text is displayed. And also dialog color, go text color, and dialog text will go with left quote. Let's make a method for it. Void update text tag. We'll do some if it's greater than 0, it goes with the left, else it goes with the right. About this one, maybe. Right quote. Input mouse forgot about that. So the left or right method is executed only if the player releases the mouse button itself. Okay, so first we change the color, then we go with update dialog, and here as well, here as well, here as well, and here as well. So now we could put it here. And update color, update dialog could be here. So really nothing happens here, as a matter of fact, because you can put it, change the color depending on the place, but if it's in the middle, then we set it to 0, back to 0, and then we update the dialog. But there's one more thing, because we have to subtract the F margin value from the absolute. Wait. Okay, this way. So we take the position, we make it absolute, we subtract the side margin, so only if it goes beyond the side margin, then we'll have something more than 0. Okay. One more thing. To get rid of those old type stuff. Display text. Yep. Okay, so we've got a night. One second, I've missed direct night, action swipe left, which is good. And in the middle there's nothing, and arrows go right, go left, which is cool. Left, right, left, right. The obvious thing is why, yeah, because right now it's like this, and here's right, and here's left. Okay, let's go with test card number 2. So men, you are swiping left, you are swiping right. Generic men action swipe right, generic men action swipe left. Okay, so our basic engine is working. So before we finish this part, let's do let's make a simple engine which will decide what kind of a card we will get, because okay, so one more thing. Go to the project, let's open the script of a card, and here we need some values. Public, let's make an int maybe not now. Let's make a public method. We called it roll, not roll. Choose a card, new card. Let's call it new card. So we will need a new manager, like resource oh, you know what, let's go to resource manager, or let's make a public card, and let's make an array of cards. And new card, let's go with int roll dice random range, and we go with resource from 0 to resource manager dot cards dot length, should be length plus 0 I guess, plus 1 I guess, and we go with load card, and here we put resource manager dot cards, and we put the index of a roll dice. Fine. And after we swipe, we go roll dice. New card. Okay, let's go. Come on. Oh, no. We need 2 cards. Or let's make more cards, because we got the woman as well. Card name woman, generic action. Yeah. Generic man action, generic woman action. Non-left quote. Go left, right. Let's make a. Oh, it will be night 2. This one will be woman 1. Night 2 will be angry night. Oh, I forgot about one thing. Because let's make. Yeah, I forgot about very obvious thing, which is the quote of the character, because the character is saying something and we are reacting with left or right action. So the left and right quotes are generally our quotes, our actions, but I forgot about the quote of the character, the initial thing, because we are reacting to something, obviously. So let's go and add another text mesh pro, call it quote or dialogue, and we'll put it sample text. We'll put it here. Yeah, it should be fine. And in the card we have to put one more string. It will be public string dialog game manager. In every load method, you see, it's a quite quick fix, which is nice if you implemented and created some kind of intelligent, smart, let's say, and well designed. I mean, I don't want to praise, but this small system is well designed, because it's taking, you know, smart classes and objects and values and tying them together. So right now, if we have a fix like this, I forgot like one of the most basic things, we can quickly and painlessly implement it and add it right away to the game. Obviously, so what I was doing, don't remember. So we need yeah, we've got what's that? character name. Let's use this one. No, let's not. Character. Dialogue. And this one will refactor to action. Quote. And we go with load. Go with character dialogue. Text equals to card dialogue. It's easy, but we have to go through all the cards right now. So night dialogue. How are you? I'll go fine. Fine, I guess. Not your goodness. I always have to check if I'm writing business correctly. Okay, night 2. Die. Peasant. Once again. Peasant, yeah, it's good. I'm not a peasant. I'm your king. You are a peasant. Let's put a few jokes here. Dialogue man. Hello. Hi. I don't know you. I need money. Here. Take the kingdom's treasure. Nope. Let's go now to the game manager. Put 4 cards. It doesn't really matter what's the order or anything. Okay, so right now everything should be fine except for one thing. There's character dialogue, and it's I don't know which one. Character dialogue is dialogue, action quote is this one. Let's change its name to action quote for the sake of organization. And right now bootstrap dialogue is action quote dialogue. Yep. One more thing, color. Dialogue. I want the same color, exactly the same. Yep, it's the same now. Hi, I don't know you. Oh, turns out it doesn't need this one. Character dialogue, text, card, dialogue, but it does not put it here. Character dialogue. It should assign it. Why it's not assigning it? Let's see in the runtime. So we've got right now it says hello, but why it's not displayed? It's beyond me. I don't know you. It's nice that we have 2 knight cards, but still the man is like the most common. Maybe not anymore. But the dialogue is not working. I don't know why it's not being displayed. So it's a matter of it being on the wrong layer, maybe. Oh, let's put it here. One. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Bullshit. Hi. Die, peasant. I'm not your peasant, I'm your king. How are you? Let's put it. Oh. How are you? I'm fine, I guess. How are you? Fine, I guess. How are you? Not your business. Die, peasant. You are a peasant. Die, peasant. I need money. Okay, so it's working. One more thing which we would like to implement is obviously the UI and the interaction with UI, but I guess we will save it for next episode because it's already taking too long, I guess, for you to digest. So that would be the thing we'll be working on in this episode of our Reigns game. So as you can see, we have a few cards that are displaying action, whether we are going left or right, and they are executing some code depending on which action we choose. Obviously, when we add more functionality to this a little game, so all the values, for example, army, treasure, religion, and the love of the folks, it was something like this, and there will be more interaction to the actual game mechanics. But right now, every time we choose a side, we are just rolling and choosing a random card once again. And out of a pool of 4 cards, we are choosing a random one. As you can see, it's quite a pleasant to eye, and there are a few things that we can improve here, obviously. But for the time being, I guess it's already a lot of work we've put here. So thanks for watching, and let's see you in the next video of this series.